Have a nice day. Today is Saturday, 16th of November 2024. This day is celebrated as National Press Day. Every year on November 16th, the National Press Day is observed to recognize and honor the Press Council of India. PCI, the day celebrates the existence of the free press and accountable press in the nation. The International Day of Tolerance, first observed in 1996, is celebrated globally on November 16th. That is today, also marking the day UNESCO presented the Declaration of Principles on Tolerance. This day emphasizes the importance of respecting everyone's rights and celebrating diversity, aiming to promote peace and rule of law. Now, starting with the world news, including global criticism follows Argentina's rejection of the United Nations Gender Violence Resolution. Not at World Trade Organization Conference of Parties. Where do you want to discuss CBAM? India-China confront European Union. Trump taps North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum for Interior Secretary role. Biden meets Japan, South Korea leaders to strengthen ties ahead of Trump administration. Trump names Stephen Chung White House Communications Director Sergio Gore to head personal office. United Kingdom Prime Minister's office apologizes after the outrage over the non-veg food at Diwali party. The Hindu newspaper also states that Trump names a young Caroline Leavitt as White House press secretary. Briefly, file picture of the Caroline Leavitt speaking to the media. Leavitt was the Trump campaign's national press secretary and has previously served in the Trump White House as assistant press secretary. United States President-elect Donald Trump on Friday, November 15, 2024, named Caroline Leavitt as the White House press secretary. Ms. Leavitt, 27, would replace Karen Jean-Pierre as a White House press secretary on January 20, 2025, when Mr. Trump takes oath as the 47th President of the United States. She was Trump campaign's national press secretary and has previously served in the Trump White House as an assistant press secretary. Zelensky says a Ukraine war will end soon with Trump in office. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky attended a press conference during the European Political Community EPC Summit at the Puskás Arena in Budapest, Hungary, Thursday, November 7, 2024. Volodymyr Zelensky said he had a constructive exchange with Donald Trump during their telephone conversation after the victory in the United States presidential election. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said Friday, November 15, 2024, that Russia's war against the country will end sooner than it otherwise would have done once Donald Trump becomes United States President next year. It is certain that the war will end sooner with the policies of the team that will now lead the White House. This is their approach and their promise to their citizens, Mr. Zelensky said in an interview with the Ukrainian media outlet Susplain. Lebanon's prime minister asks Iran to help secure a ceasefire in the Israel-Hezbollah war. Lebanese caretaker Prime Minister Najib Mikati meets with the Ali Larijani, an advisor to Iran's supreme leader Ali Khamenei, in Beirut Friday, November 15, 2024. As a top advisor to Iran's supreme leader, Ali Khamenei visited Lebanon for talks. Lebanon's caretaker Prime Minister Najib Mikati on Friday, November 15, 2024, asked Iran to help secure a ceasefire in the war between the Israel and Hezbollah and appeared to urge it to convince the militant group to agree to a deal that could require it to pull back from the Israel-Lebanon border. As a top advisor to Iran's supreme leader, Ali Khamenei visited Lebanon for talks. Lebanese officials said an American proposal for a ceasefire deal had been passed to the Hezbollah, aiming to end 30 months of exchanges of fire between Israel and the group. Now, going towards the Hindustan Times newspaper states that we only realize benefits of artificial intelligence if we are aware of the risks. Professor Arvind Narayan, a professor of computer science, Princeton University, at the Hindustan Times Leadership Summit 2024 on Friday. The rapid rise of artificial intelligence (AI) with the millions using generative tools like chatbots and image generators comes with a hefty price tag. Princeton University Professor Arvind Narayan, in his book Artificial Intelligence Snake Oil, calls it a major societal problem, as consumers remain largely unaware of artificial intelligence's inevitable pitfalls. Speaking at the virtual session of the 22nd Hindustan Times Leadership Summit, Narayan outlined several critical concerns about the artificial intelligence expanding role, including how to mitigate risks. The need to guard against having artificial intelligence make consequential decisions about the loans, jobs, and criminal justice, and crucially, the need for institutional safeguards and regulation, especially for issues like deepfakes. Artificial intelligence being widely available to consumers is not necessarily bad. For the first time, anyone can access powerful artificial intelligence systems. Previously available on to companies and governments, that's largely positive, but we can only realize the benefits if we are ready aware of the risks, said Narayan. 10 newborn babies dead, 16 injured after the fire breaks out at a Jhansi Medical College in Uttar Pradesh. Chief Minister Yogi directed the Commissioner and DIG to investigate the incident and submit a detailed report within 12 hours. At least 10 newborn babies were killed, 16 were injured, and 37 others were rescued after a fire broke out in the neonatal intensive care unit and ICU of Maharani Lakshmibai Medical College in the Uttar Pradesh Jhansi on Friday night, police said. We would be happy with the Olympian tag. Now we target the gold. Srijesh until Kosail. PR Srijesh Summit until and Swampnil Kosail during an online session of the 22nd Hindustan Times Leadership Summit. India is gradually coming to the level terms with the European countries when it comes to sports, data technology, and sport, but is still lacking at the junior and the grassroots levels. As it aims to climb higher on the medal table at Olympic Games, according to the three of the country's top sporting icons. India set at a record of 170 member squad to the 2024 Paris Olympics and won 6 medals, 1 silver, 5 bronze, along with as many fourth-place finishes. 3 years earlier at Tokyo, the country got 7 podium finishes, including 1 gold and 2 silver medals. But scratch a little deeper, and India's growth story run deeper than what the Paris tally suggests. In the Paralympics that followed, India grabbed 29 medals, the highest in the country's history. Speaking at the 22nd Hindustan Times Leadership Summit, Paris medalists PR Srijesh Summit until and Swapnil Kosail reinforced the need to bolster grassroots development and talent sporting for India to reach the next level, particularly at the time when India has thrown its hat in the ring to host the Olympics and Paralympics in 2036. Going towards the economy of the country from the business point of view, IT debt nudges taxpayers to disclose foreign assets correctly. Revised returns can be filled by December 31st. The department it has learned it will also begin an e-campaign in the next few days to facilitate filling of the details of foreign assets and income by taxpayers, a government official said. More cuts in the domestic gas supply to CNG firms. IGL says profitability to take a hit. IGL gets domestic gas allocation for meeting the requirements of CNG sales volumes at the pricing fixed by the government. The alternative is to use imported gas, which is twice the domestic rate. CNG prices hike is also a political issue since the Maharashtra goes to the polls next week and elections are also due to in the tally soon, both of which are among the biggest CNG market in the country. Howrah Bridge to be closed for a few hours to prepare safety audit. A file photo of Howrah Bridge. Science and technology, the iconic 82-year-old structure will be fully closed both ways for all types of vehicular movement from 11:30 p.m. on Saturday, that is today, November 16, 2024, to 4:30 p.m. on Sunday, August 17, 2024. The iconic Howrah Bridge connecting the two cities of Kolkata and Howrah will be fully closed for vehicular transport from Saturday, November 16, 2024, the night to Sunday, November 17, 2024, morning for safety and health audit of the structure. Rabindra Setu Howrah Bridge will be fully closed both ways for all types of vehicular movement from 2030 for 2330 hours. Of 16/11/2024 to 430 hours of 17/11/2024 in the connection with the comprehensive health checkup of Rabindra Setu Howrah Bridge, said a press statement by Syama Prasad Mukherjee of Port Kolkata. The ongoing malaise of violence in the healthcare setting, doctors and paramedical professionals staggered a one-day strike in the Chennai, condemning the attack on the doctor on Wednesday, November 13, 2024. Chennai healthcare professionals in Tamil Nadu are demanding better security measures after the doctor in the Chennai was stabbed earlier in this week. This comes just 3 months after the brutal rape and murder of the junior doctor in Kolkata. Chennai's newest government health facility, the Kaliganar Centenary Super Specialty Hospital KCSH, stood witness to a brutal attack on one of the senior doctors on Wednesday, November 13, 2024, bringing to the spotlight once again the long-pending need to improve safety and security across the hospital campuses. The attack comes just 3 months after a 31-year-old woman, resident junior doctor, was raped and murdered at the RGK Medical College in Kolkata, on an incident that led to the nationwide protest from the medical fraternity, even as it triggered agitations from multiple sections of society in the West Bengal. Country's companies lag in response to tackle methane emissions, United Nations says. Capping leaks from oil and gas wells and equipment, one of the fastest ways to start tackling the problem, experts says. Many who were notified of the large methane problems detected by satellites within their borders had signed up to a global pledge launched 3 years ago to cut methane emissions by 30% from 2020 levels. Since the United Nations initiative began monitoring for methane leaks from oil and gas infrastructure last year, it has issued 1,200 alerts to the governments and companies. But only 12 of those alerts for major problems, just 1% generated a substantive response with action taken to plug their leaks. According to a report by the United Nations International Methane Emission Observatory on Friday, November 15, 2024. Conference of Party 29, India voices dissent on discriminatory trade barriers are linked to carbon emissions. Participants attended day 5 of the UNFCCC Conference of Party 29 and a climate conference at Baku in Azerbaijan on November 15, 2024. Sources say India's opposition, echoing a Chinese petition, is directed against an European Union proposal. Such measures put the cost of a low-carbon transition on developing and poor countries. Violating principles of the equity, India says India has voiced its disapproval of protectionist measures that link trade barriers and carbon emissions at the ongoing climate talks in the Baku, Azerbaijan. A week before the United Nations summit began, China had petitioned the presidency of the 29th Conference of the Parties 29 to include a discussion on climate change related to unilateral restrictive trade measures as a part of the formal conference agenda. A regime of unilateral trade measures on climate change, India stated on Friday, imposes the cost of transition to low-carbon economics on developing and low-income countries. Such measures are discriminatory and detrimental to multilateral cooperation. They violate principles of equity. At last, there's a famous quotation said by a famous saint known as Mother Teresa. Mary Teresa Bojazi, who is his original name. Birth anniversary 26th of August 1910 up to 5 September 1997. Better known as Mother Teresa, saint of Mother Teresa, was Albanian Indian Catholic nun, founder of the Missionaries of Charity, and is a Catholic saint born in Skopje, then part of the Ottoman Empire. She was raised in devoutly Catholic family. At the age of 18, she moved to Ireland to join the Sisters of Loreto, and later to India, where she lived most of her life and carried out her missionary work. On 4th of September 2016, she was canonized by the Catholic Church as the Saint Teresa of Calcutta. The anniversary of her death, 5 September, is now observed as her feast day. Mother Teresa founded the Missionaries of Charity, and a religious congregation that was initially dedicated to serving the rest of the poor in the slums of Calcutta. Over the decades, the congregation grew to operate in over 133 countries as of 2012. With more than 4,500 nuns managing homes for those dying from the HIV and AIDS, leprosy, and tuberculosis, as well as running soap kitchens, dispensaries, mobile clinics, orphanages, and schools. Members of the order take vows of chastity, poverty, and obedience, and also profess a fourth vow to give the wholehearted free service in the poorest to the poorest of the poor. Mother Teresa received several honors, including 1962 Roman Magsaysay Peace Prize and the 1979 Nobel Peace Prize. Her life and work have inspired books, documentaries, and films. Her authorized biography, written by Navin Chawla, was published in 1992, and as on 16th of September 2017, she was named as a co-patron of the Roman Catholic Archdiocese of Calcutta, alongside Saint Francis Xavier. However, she was also a controversial figure, drawing criticism for her staunch opposition to abortion, divorce, and contraception, as well as the poor condition and lack of medical care or pain relief in her houses for the dying. Mother Teresa says a very famous quotation. She says that, "Do not wait for leaders. Do it alone, person to person." Okay, thank you.